All right, Algebra 2, it is LFR2, linear intercepts last check. Let's go ahead and get this business done. Find the x and y intercepts and use them to graph the equation. 3y equals negative 6x plus 15. I know that when I'm trying to find my x and y intercepts, if I'm trying to find my x-intercept, I set y equal to 0 and solve for x. If I'm trying to find my y-intercept, I set x equal to 0 and solve for y. Let's do one at a time here. Let's do the x-intercept. Whoops. Let's go ahead and get this to the writing mode. There we go. So x-intercept. I'm going to set y equal to 0. So I have 0 equals negative 6x plus 15. I'm going to solve for x here. I'm going to subtract 15 from both sides. I have negative 15 equals negative 6x. Divide both sides by negative 6. Positive divided by a positive is a negative. Oh my goodness. Let me try that again. A negative divided by a negative is a positive. It's okay. It's okay. Negative divided by a negative is a positive. And then I can simplify 15 6, divide both top and bottom by 3. I end up with 5 halves is x. I'll make a little table over here. I like to make these tables. Again, for the x-intercept, that's when y was 0. We found that x was 5 halves. To find the y-intercept, here, we need to set x equal to 0. So I have 3y equals 15. Oh, there we go. That one's nice, right? Divide both sides by 3, and y equals 5. So when x was 0, y was 5. So 5 halves right there in my x, 5 in my y. Go ahead, take your line. Ooh, that's pretty curvy. Let's try that one more time. Let's try that one more time here. Close enough. Make sure, because this one doesn't have any goofy restrictions. This is not a real world problem. This is just saying graph this using the intercepts. Draw the line through, put the arrows at the end. Part B, 6y minus 4x equals negative 36. Again, trying to find my x-intercept. I set my y equal to 0, so I have negative 4x, because remember, this would be like 0 minus 4x. Okay, 0 minus 4x, or just negative 4x equals negative 36. X equals 9. For the y-intercept, I set x equal to 0. I have 6y equals negative 36. Divide both sides by 6. Y equals negative 6. If I make my little table here, for my x-intercept, that's when y was 0. X was 9. And if I do my y-intercept, that's when x is 0. Y turns out to be negative 6. So 9 comma 0, 0 comma negative 6. Draw the line. We'll see if I can do any better too. Hey, that's not bad. It's not great. Not great, but it's not bad. That is how you take care of those. Okay, let's move on to the back page. We've got determine the x and y intercepts. Excuse me. Then graph the function using the intercepts. A home uses 15 gallons of oil each day for heat. If its oil storage tank is filled to 285 gallons, the function y equals 285 minus 15x represents the number of gallons remaining in the tank after x days of use. We know it should be on the x-axis. Okay, so the x-intercept value. Again, the x-intercept is when y is 0. 0 equals, because I'm substituting 0 in for y, 285 minus 15x. I'm going to solve for x. I'm going to do it a little different, but it's still mathematically correct. I'm going to add 15x to both sides. I can do that. It would have came out the same way had I subtracted 285 from both sides, because I would still end up with a positive number. This is kind of one of those real world problems where you should end up with a positive number. X isn't talking about in terms of days. So if you end up with negative days, I would check your answer. And if I do that, I get 15x equals 285. Divide both sides by 15. And x equals 19. Our x-intercept is 19. Yay! 19 what? 19 what? 19 days. I'm going to come back to the interpretation here in a minute after we graph. I think it helps to see that graph first before we interpret, but that's okay. You don't have to. For the y-intercept, again, this is when x is 0. So y equals 285 minus 15 times 0, or is it, yeah, 15, right? Minus 15 times 0, or just 285, because 285 minus 0 is still 285. So 285, yay! 285, what? What's our y-axis? Well, what's the other thing here? We've got x days. We're also talking about the y value of gallons, the number of gallons remaining. So 285 gallons. Now, let's go ahead and graph this. 0 days, 285 gallons. 19 days, 0 gallons. Close enough. I'll try it again. Big curve there at the end. Hey, that'll work. Notice what I didn't do. What I didn't do is draw the arrows through each of those things, right? Because I'm not gonna get to 0 gallons and then use more fuel oil. Because that's not how that works. You can't use oil that's not there, right? It's a real world situation. You also can't go to negative days. If you can figure out how to go backwards some days, let me know, because there's a few of them that I want to fix and maybe get a little more work done, right? So anyway, let's take a look now. That's our graph. Let's take a look at the interpretation. So if I do, start with the y first. At 0 days, I have 285 gallons remaining. At 0 days, or at day 0, on day 0, I have 285 gallons remaining. Okay, that's good. That's good. Now let's talk about the other way. After 19 days, after my x is 19, my y is 0. I have 0 gallons remaining. So let's go ahead and write this down. After 19 days, I have 0 gallons remaining. Okay, and let's take a look at what we're trying to do here. For intercepts, when you're trying to interpret them, just like we're doing when finding the intercepts, when I'm using the x-intercept, if I have 0 of whatever y is, what is my x? For my y-intercept, when I have 0 for whatever x is, what is my y-intercept? That's the most straightforward way to interpret. Hope this helps. You guys take care. Have a great day.